Hi, welcome to the long-awaited release of Minecraft and the Prison. Why am I talking like this? It's funny. I'm very tired, and here it is, the End Prison. It's April Fools, get trolled. This is another prison. Haha, I'll release End Prison whenever the fuck I feel like it. Basically, this is Tom620, a prison I built for a stupid challenge, and, well, it was basically built out of spite. That's the better way of saying it. And I'm just going to explain how it works and release it. I'll release End Prison eventually, trust me. Yeah, so I'm just gonna quickly explain how this works and end the video because it's funny, and it's the 1st of April, which means it's apparently time for silliness. Yeah. Okay, so basically, there's two guards. During visiting, one acts as the auto panic by just, like, standing here, disabling the armor stand, and then, like, you know, doing that when they need to re-enable it. This is all the guard materials the guards really need. Yeah, it's pretty silly. If you want an easier version of the auto panic, you can also do that too. Works just as well. I don't know. Yeah. So, yeah. The visitor ban should always be on, and to make sure it's on, you can just, like, well, yes, why is it not on? This is, yeah, this is, the visitor ban should always be on, yeah. If it gets destroyed, yeah, it detects with a detector design I came up with that actually works and doesn't require a bunch of armor stands, because silly. Yeah, so, and you can keep track of whether it's on or off by just editing the sign. When the visitor's ban is on, these two blocks are banned, which is, yeah, that's great. So then, for visiting, one of the guards will get pearls and pearl into here, and where they can block off, light the portal, put lava in the portal, stop the visitor from doing anything too stupid. Basically just prevent any visiting escape by means of basically any means necessary, including blocking off the portal with blocks or doing anything if they suspect there's a thing. Also, when the guard is done, they just press the W key to fall back down, which is pretty nice. As a visitor, you'll just enter, get banned, rejoin after a while. The guard will be right there throughout the entirety of the visit. You click the pig and can see into the cell, which I will explain in a minute. Then you press shift and are in lava, and this is just a more humane version of F3 plus A. Yeah, it doesn't assault your eyes as much, which is nice. Next is the prisoner entry process, which is pretty self-explanatory. The guard has two controls. They activate the portal, prisoner comes through, clicks the respawn anchor, which is there, yeah, and then the portal is destroyed and they die in the lava. This also goes with the visitor portal, just, I don't know, because why not. And then they respawn in the cell, which this is, to my knowledge, probably one of the most humane skulk cells, as you can actually move around in it. But if you do anything, it'll trigger. If you break blocks, it'll trigger. If there's explosions, it'll trigger. That's another thing. I love item frames as damage detection because they trigger skulk sensors. And they can be put inside of skulk sensors effectively to make for very effective and useful damage detection, which is nice. The same goes for the outer bands, which are pretty simple piglin bands. You'll just like fully wire them up once it's ready to be wired up. So yeah, it has a roof detector that works. A floor detector slash squealy detector that also works. There's nowhere important you can squealy into because all this is banned. Yeah. There's, as for the suicide ban, here it is. Yeah, pretty simple, just move piglin close and ban the prison. And lastly, you'll notice a great lack of wither walls. That is because, at least in my opinion, withers are kind of a hopeless deal to stop, because without completely invalid means such as memory bans, at least in my opinion, there's no good way of stopping withers, and they just bring up costs of the prison to build, so yeah, there's no real incentive for me to add them. And yeah, it's also a square because it was funny. I don't know. But all the bands are circular. Yeah, there's really not too much else to say. Ton 618 is a pretty silly prison that, yeah, it works. Oh, also, I remembered, the guards can break these two and this carpet and place 3 obsidian, and then they have a portal if they need to leave for whatever reason. So that's nice. They also have manual banishment. Yeah, pretty much. That is the entirety of Ton 618. So, yeah, escape if you want. I'll have probably a download link in the description. And prison will release. That's a great question, one I have no idea about. So yeah, that's all I have. Happy getting fooled on the 1st of April day. Bye!